afternoon, PJBT bowlers, and welcome to our live stream from here at the PJBT headquarters. Hold on. I'm told to hold on for a second.
We're trying out some new systems.
Hold on, we'll get our sound straight here in just a second.
You guys are part of history. You're seeing the brand new live stream equipment. So, hi.
I assume everybody out there can hear us? Hold on, our executive producer off to the side here. We'll get the sound running in just a moment.
Boy, if it's not the corona, it's the sound.
Wow, our heads are pretty big up there.
Well, you're also on a big screen TV.
There, those are for you. We should just play the video.
Now go.
Huh?
Now go.
Good afternoon, everyone. Once again from the PJBT headquarters and here in Schuylkill Haven, PA, and welcome to our live stream broadcast this afternoon. Take a quick moment. We haven't seen many of you for over 5 months. A lot of things have changed in our world and in the PJBT world. As you can see to my left here, actually my right, our family of people have grown here a little bit. Josh, you wanna bring us in on what's going on?
Well, as many of you know, little Miss Aubrey unexpectedly entered our lives back at the end of June. So she is here. She is giving my wife and I all we can handle. So she's here, and maybe another future bowler in the family. But she's doing good, and mom and baby are good, and everything's good.
That's awesome. That's good to hear. So lots going on here in our world. We want to take a moment today to kind of lay out the format for what we're doing today. First of all, we want to begin, due to obviously the COVID, we're not planning on doing an award ceremony this year. We did not have our championship weekend, but what we're going to do is we're going to announce the award winners for this past season, our 21st season of the PJBT. After we do that, we're going to talk a little bit about COVID and the effects of the PJBT going forward. And then we're going to finish up the broadcast today with some updates on our new schedule for next season. Okay. We are going to have a couple of people to interview today during our broadcast. Hopefully. So make sure you stay tuned with us. We're going to have a couple people talking to us involved with the awards and the upcoming events. So let me begin by kind of opening this up like it is a championship Sunday. And for our 2019-2020 season, we had 512 bowlers over 24 events compete. We had over 10,000 games bowled and over 1.9 million pins knocked down. In 24 events this year, we gave away about $45,000 in scholarships. And obviously, we didn't get to have all of our postseason events, essentially. But anybody with credits and stuff for that, we're going to roll over to the next season. So hopefully, we still have given out over $1.1 million in scholarships. So we just want to take a quick moment to thank all of our people involved with the PJBT. Certainly my family, now my extended family of 4 kids, Peyton, Brady, Cole, Ella, and my fiance, Nicole. I want to thank my parents, Jane and Don Himmelreich, and my brother, Brent. I want to obviously thank Josh and Stacy for their continued work with the website, the stats, and the entries coming in online. I want to thank Travis and Jen, who are not with us today, but are a big part of our women's events and some of the other events that we run. I want to thank Jason for doing our live stream and producing our show off to the side, working hard there today off screen. And, I just want to take a quick moment. I'm not going to name everybody, but I just want to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors that are on board with the PJBT. And our biggest sponsor, our corporate sponsor, Bowler X, the Sant family, and want to thank everybody who has supported the PJBT and continues to as we go forward into season number 22. So also a quick note, been sending out a lot of checks on the MAPS scholarship page. If any of you have tuition bills that are due, please make sure you submit those through the website by logging into your account. It should be set up now that if you don't remember your ID or your password, you can log in through your email and get that information to be able to go in and submit your scholarship paperwork. So if you have any questions on that, you can let us know. So let's go on to some of the highlights for the 2019-2020 season. What we have elected to do, being we're not giving out awards this year, is we've turned most of the prizes for the first place person into scholarships, okay? Very similar to what Junior Gold did and everybody is doing with events this year. So we want to begin by announcing our 4 points champions for the 2019-2020 season. Starting with our boys scratch points champion, earning a $100 scholarship, goes to Colby Bennett. So congratulations to Colby. For our girls scratch points champion, a $100 scholarship going to Chloe O'Donnell. Chloe O'Donnell was our high for the girls scratch. Going over to the handicap side, our boys handicap points champion, getting a $100 scholarship, is Alfonso Pena. Congratulations to Alfonso. And for the girls handicap, earning a $100 scholarship in the points champion was Rebecca Bridigan. So congratulations to those 4 bowlers. All of these scholarships we're announcing today will automatically be put into your MAPS account probably within the next week or so. Okay?
And also, for those of you who do keep track of your scholarship and stuff, just let us know. We'll get you the paperwork filled out like we normally do for scholarships, because you would typically get a paper with your award with, like you would normally do for scholarship. Just let us know. We'll get that to you. Yep,
absolutely. So those are our points champions for last season. Now we're going to announce our high average bowlers for last season, okay? The way we're going to do this is I'm going to announce the top 3 in each division. But only the winner is going to earn a $25 scholarship, okay? Rather than the award, we're going to do a $25 scholarship for the first place bowler, okay? So for the minimum 24 games, high average for boys recreational scratch, third place was Trevor Courtney at 224.40. Second place was Ryan Mitzgavich at 225.32. But our high boys recreational scratch high average, getting a $25 scholarship, goes to Lucas Francis with a 234.17. Okay? And as I go through these awards, I do want to point out, once we announce them today, everything will be posted on the website. I did prepare that yesterday to be posted right after our broadcast today. So we will post all of these results so you can view them again if you would choose to. Moving on to boys scratch for challenge shots. Our third place high average was Ryan Mitscavige with 203.67. Second place was Brandon Bohn at 205.89. But our top boys challenge scratch average, getting a $25 scholarship, goes to Matthew Ward at 206.17. Okay? All right. Now, Josh, I'm going to let you do the boys recreational handicap.
That's very nice of you.
I thought I'd let you jump in there.
Take a break. Okay, in the handicap division, your boys' recreational averages. Third high with a finishing average of 190.36 was Derek Keller. Second with a finishing average of 194.11 was Augie Quattrini. And your top boys' recreational handicap average, earning a $25 scholarship, finishing the year with a 196.42 average, was Brandon Henry. Now, jumping to boys challenge in the handicap division, your third high average at 169.96 was Carter Strauss. Second at 171.51 was Austin Howard. And earning the $25 scholarship, he was the high average for the challenge. He was also high average for recreational, finishing at 177.67 was also Brandon Henry.
Congratulations to him. All right, and then on to our girls. For the girls' high averages, in the girls' recreational scratch, minimum 24 games, getting a $25 scholarship at 219.33 was Charlize Warner. And for girls' scratch challenge shot, high average, getting a $25 scholarship at 174.56 goes to Chloe O'Donnell. Okay? On the girls' recreational handicap side, getting a $25 scholarship for high average goes to Mary Beth Baker at 204.36. On the girls' handicap challenge side, getting a $25 scholarship, our high girl was Emma Fetterman at 188.12. So, to recap, Lucas Francis, Matthew Ward, Brandon Henry twice, Charlize Warner, Chloe O'Donnell, Mary Beth Baker, and Emma Fetterman, all earning scholarships for the high average of past season. Okay? Then we're going to go on to our match play awards. Top finishers in match play also receiving a $25 scholarship. With the scratch division, was a minimum of 19 matches rolled this season. And third place went to Daniel Allhouse at 9-10 with a record of 474.
He was so bad we weren't even going to announce it.
Second place was Colby Bennett at 13.5, 14.5, and 0 at a percentage of 482. But our high match play for scratch for a $25 scholarship this year with a record of 12-9 and 571 is Jordan Shell. Congratulations, Jordan. Okay, now you got handicap match play.
All right. Very competitive in the handicap division. Third place with a record of 6-10, a 325 win percentage, goes to Emma Fetterman. And in, let me start over. We had a tie for first. So each bowler getting a $15 scholarship each. Both of these bowlers had a 10-6 match play record, a 625 win percentage. Both bowlers each earning the $15 scholarship is Derek Keller and Andy Hoffman.
Awesome. Congratulations to Derek and Andy. And those are our high match play winners. So on to high series. For high series this year, our third high series in scratch for boys was Caden Muchler with 798. Second place was Aiden Davis at 809, but getting a $25 scholarship for his 837 as our high series for boys scratch goes to Ambrose Shirk. Congratulations, Ambrose. And then on the girls scratch side, getting a $25 scholarship for the high series at 783 goes to Charlize Warner. Congratulations, Charlize. All right, on to handicap.
On the handicap side, your third high series at 692 was Andy Hoffman. And also another tie in the handicap division. You kids are just smacking each other in the head and you don't want to get ahead. Both of these bowlers with a high series in the handicap division of 702, each receiving a $15 scholarship, goes to Carter Strauss and Brandon Henry. And then finally, girls handicap. Your high girl handicap series with a 752, a $25 scholarship goes to Mary Beth Baker.
All right, congratulations to those winners. And I just want to mention this year our individual award winners. We will have awards for our individual award winners at some point during the season. We're not going to give them out at our first event because we're going to try to limit our time enclosed in the centers during this COVID time. But I do want to mention the following honorable mentions. Zachary Trimmer for his perfect 300 game at Chaco's in September of 2019. Riley Selmer, 11 in a row, 298 at Chaco's, same event. At our Berks Lanes event in October, we had 11 in a row, 299 from Jonathan Volko, and 298, 11 in a row from Drew Jaquith. Then our next award winner had a 300 game and a 299 game, 300 game at Jordan and a 299 at Heasters, and that was Daniel Allhouse. At Jordan Lanes, we had 11 in a row, 299 games from Shane Matthews and Eliza Shirk. On December 8th at Clearview Lanes, we had 11 in a row, 290 from Ryan Mitscavich. And then we had 4 awards for Darren Zombro, the third. He had an 11 in a row, 299 in December. He had an 11 in a row, 290 at Palmyra Bowling Center. He actually had 2 of them that day. And he also had an 11 in a row, 290 at Heasters in March. Moving on, our New Year's Eve tournament. We had an 11 in a row, 298 from Francis Vitelli and an 11 in a row, 290 game from Isaac Erickson. Moving into the famous year 2020. Starting in January, we had a lot of awards at our event at Heaster Lanes. It was perfect 300 games for Bryce Miller and Alyssa Bridegan. We had 11 in a row, 290 games from Riley Selmer and Charlize Werner. And then we had 1 of 2 converted 7-10 splits this year, one at Heasters by Vincent Bean. Then we move on to at Trindle Bowl in January. We had Ambrose Shirk rolling his perfect 300 game and also his 3-game series of 837, which was our high series for the season. He also had an 11 in a row, 299 game at Clearview Lanes. In addition, we move on to February and our Steve Brown Memorial Tournament. We had 2 perfect games in the same day by Connor Tilley. And that day, we also had the 290 games from Darren Zombro. Moving on, our Clearview Lanes event, which was the team event, we had an 11 in a row, 298 from Brent Oliver. And then we had a converted 7-10 split from Anthony Nyer. Okay? And then our final event before COVID-19, we had Matthew Forey with a perfect 300 game at Heaster Lanes. We had Aiden Davis with an 11 in a row, 299 game and a 809 series. And we had Zachary Conrad with an 11 in a row, 298 game. That's a lot of good scores there, Josh.
A lot better than I had in the month of March.
So we want to congratulate all of our award winners. Once we get back in the swing of the awards, we will be getting these awards out individually to the bowlers. So we want to thank everybody for all of that, okay? Now, I do want to mention, being that we had a shortened season this year, we did not do the Lane Tamers Awards this year or the Steve Brown Memorial Awards. We will pick those up again next season once we have the ability to get the ballots out for voting and all that stuff.
Yeah, the Sportsmanship Award is just, with all the things going on in my life and everything, and just with just things going on, I was not able to get a hold of everyone. And plus, like Matt said, with the shortened season, a very small list of people who actually qualified for the award. I mean, we lost, 12 events almost with the shutdown and everything. And then especially with Most Improved. Most Improved, it just killed because that was valuable games that a lot of bowlers lost. So it didn't make sense to take care of all that now. And as long as we get a full season in this year, fingers and toes are crossed, who knows what's going to happen. As long as everything goes to plan, we'll get back on that and hand those awards out again next year in June.
Absolutely. All right, now we have our one final award to finish off 2019 and 20, and it is our most famous award for the PJBT every season. It is our Harry Mack Achievement Award. As many of you know who follow the PJBT, Harry Mack was, we named this award in his name many years ago. Harry Mack was one of the early creators of this, of supporting youth bowling when the PJBT started over 20 years ago. And Harry was a big proponent of youth bowling and coached a lot of kids that came through our program. And when he passed away many years ago, we put this award in his name. Now, typically, this award goes to the most valuable bowler every season, obviously based on a lot of factors, points, wins, top fives, top tens, finishes. And to be honest with you, when we started to sit down to put these awards together, we didn't even need to really calculate how many wins and top fives and tens, because it was very clear we had one bowler who stood out much higher than the rest of the fields this season. So we are very proud to announce, and hopefully in a moment have him to be interviewed for the award. Is this year the Harry Mack Achievement Award for the Player of the Year for the PJBT of 2019-20 goes to Colby Bennett. Congratulations, Colby.
Hey.
So Colby will be receiving a $100 scholarship with that, and also the famous plaque, which probably as part of the interview we'll talk about where he'd like to hang it at, because I know he has a couple affiliations. But at this point, we'd like to bring Colby in on the, hopefully we have him via Zoom, and
Fingers
we'll be
crossed.
able to
Yes.
bring him in here and talk to him a little bit about his bowling season.
Yes. The question is, do I have his audio?
Okay,
That's
we'll
the
check and
question.
see if we have his audio.
So, all right. So, Colby, say something. I do not have his audio. On.
All right, give us 1 second here. We'll hopefully get Colby in on the action here.
Okay. Say something, Colby.
Hello?
Okay. I can hear him. He's going to have to speak up. You're going to have to speak up there, Colby.
Okay.
Okay, Colby, I'm assuming you just heard that you won the Player of the Year for 2019-20. Congratulations.
I did. Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about, I know it's a long time back. It seems like forever. We've been off for 5 months, but let's go back and talk a little bit about your season. Maybe you can give us some of the highlights that you recall in your mind of this past season and some events that you won.
I got it now. I won the major at ABC North. I won the 3-person tournament at Movie with Devin Flowers and Bryce Oliver. I won the inaugural, the 2 adults and the 2 childs tournament with Jack Selmer, Darren Zombro Jr. and Darren Zombro III.
Those are some big events.
Yeah, I also won the Bowling Center Championship with Birch Lane.
Yes, I mean multiple titles, and that's the thing. A lot of your events were some of our major events during the season. So tell us a little bit about I know you're traveling today. Tell us a little bit about your plans as this is for many of you and many of our bowlers out there. It's been a tough year, not really even having a graduation. 2020 obviously with COVID has been an adjustment for everybody. Tell us about your plans going forward.
So about 3 weeks ago, I was still going to Kentucky Wesleyan College, and then some things happened. I was going there to bowl with my coach, and some things happened in his life, and he he ended up resigning. And some of the bowlers that I was looking forward to bowling with also ended up moving forward. So about 3 weeks ago, I reached out to McKendree University in Illinois. And as most people know, that's one of the top bowling schools in the world. And if I'm being honest, it's been my dream school since I was 10. So right now I'm actually in Indiana on my way to move in tomorrow. And yeah, so I'm going to be pursuing a business administration degree with a minor in accounting.
Oh, he wants to be me.
That's awesome.
And also competing on the team as well. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing in the next, I guess, 4 years.
Sure. Well, that's awesome, and I mean, it's a great example of what our tour is about. I mean, certainly when you guys come home from college, we'll have some events over the holiday season, and we'll be able to see out on the lanes once again. But I mean, that's ultimately why we do what we do. So that's awesome. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Colby, do you feel selfish at all, being that it looks like the weather is so beautiful there and we're here and it's like 100 degrees?
Not at all.
All right, Colby, I'm going to take over for Matt here really quick and ask you another question. Of course, as you know, being the player of the year, you get that really neat looking plaque. Where are we going to hang that thing at?
I think we're going to do Birch Lane.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, I think the nail is still in the wall where that thing goes.
It is.
That's awesome. That was one thing I didn't want to bring up till we talked today. Is I wanted to give you that option because I know you have a lot of connections with different.
Wait, one second, actually.
1 second.
We're actually going to change the center.
Put it in the store at where Cedar Lanes was, is what he should do.
Smith's Pure Pro Shop.
You want to put it at Pure Pro Shop?
Yeah.
Okay, we can certainly do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Wherever you want to put it, it's yours to place for the next 365 days.
Yeah, we're going to do it at Pure.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Well, then, we'll once we get it, put your name on it. We'll get it out to you, and then you can get that hung up, and that'll be yours for the entire year. So, congratulations on the award. We wish you the best of luck, and certainly look us back up when you get home.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I will definitely be at some tournaments.
All right, sounds good. Well, we appreciate you coming on the live stream today, and we'll
Enjoy that beautiful weather.
I'm going to go get in a car for 5 more hours.
All right, Colby, thanks for joining us, and once again, congratulations on a very fine season.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Colby.
Hold on a sec.
All right, so bowling fans, that should complete our 2019-2020 season. So next, what I want to do before we talk about next year is Josh and I are going to talk a little bit about COVID. Just because we've been getting a lot of questions, a lot of concerns, a lot of, just feedback, and just want to talk about it a little bit. Our plan going forward is, again, we deal with a lot of various centers and various places around our state, okay? We have left it up to the centers to honor, following the protocols that are in place. Obviously, as an organization, we're going to do as best we can to follow the CDC guidelines. Honestly, I think it's safe to say we're just glad to see centers open again. In reality, I know a lot of centers were shut down for over 3 months, and I think that having any type of competitive bowling or bowling in general is making the centers happy to see it coming back. So I do want to point out with the centers that we've discussed this a little bit with so far, if any of you have been following some of the events that have been happening online, adult events or youth events across the country, We're going to try to kind of go with those guidelines for now, unless the center tells us differently. It does look like that we have to make sure that we limit our bowlers and spectators to 250 people. I don't think that's going to be a huge issue unless we have one of our absolutely major events. I will talk about some of our bigger events that we typically do in the fall that we're going to probably move to the spring this year, just hoping that we'll call it the COVID wave is over. But our general events, we don't have 250 people, so I think we're going to be okay as far as spectators and so forth. What I've been discussing with the centers is that we're going to ask that everyone has masks. Obviously, you can only take masks off when you're in the settee area for the bowlers. Okay, that has seemed to be the trend so far that's been working for everyone. If you're a spectator, you have to wear a mask. Obviously we will have masks, and if the bowlers, if they leave the settee area, whether it be to get food, go to the bathroom, even just walk to the back to talk to a family member or whatever, we're gonna ask that they try to have that mask on. Obviously during bowling, there's going to be it's optional. You're more than welcome to wear it. You're not going to be required to wear it during competition. The other thing that we've discussed, and center to center is going to probably be different. We may not have as much movement lane-wise. I know kind of the philosophy with tournaments is typically to bowl a game and move, depending on the centers, restrictions or their concerns. We may have some formats where we're going to bowl more than one game on a pair to minimize movement for the youth. So we're going to do everything in our power to have successful events, as we always do. We're just going to try to adapt to these new times we have. So,
and like Matt said, these could all change week to week. So just bear with us. A lot of this stuff is out of our control. It's just this sucks for us just as much as it does for you guys. We hate it just as much, but it's the times that we're in right now. We just got to get through it, and we're going to do the best that we can to make sure all of our bowlers, parents, spectators, you name it, are safe when they're in the bowling center. And
and I would say with that too, we're going to work together. Like we just asked that parents and spectators and our youth bowlers, we all work together. This is a tough situation for all of us. We just want to get back to some normalcy. Obviously, for our youth is the future of our sport, and we want to be able to, if it requires us to wear masks or work together, we want to make sure we can do that. Couple of the quick questions on COVID that I do want to answer, because I did have a couple of these from parents. Are we limiting entries to just bowlers in Pennsylvania? That is not true. As far as the guidelines, if a bowler from another state comes in, let's just say New York, for example, it is up to the center of who is allowed to bowl. Needing a 14-day quarantine afterward, it is something that is, we're not going to necessarily enforce. I mean, you're allowed to come. You just need to use all of the same CDC restrictions that they provide for every bowler. So that's one thing I wanted to mention today. And another question we got from people was as far as like specific COVID rules for the PJBT. And as Josh just mentioned, which is a perfect answer to the question, we can't set perfect guidelines for every center. Every center may be different. Okay,
we're gonna go with center recommendations each and every week, because there might be a center that feels it differently. From like let's say we go to Limerick and then we shoot all the way out somewhere to Lancaster. They may feel a little differently. So bear with us. Don't come screaming at us if there's something you don't like. I'm going to tell you to turn around and walk back out again. But like I said, just bear with us. Things could be different from center to center, but we're going to do the best we can to make sure, like I said, everyone's safe and that make sure that everything goes smoothly.
Yes, and I would follow that up with saying that, we're hoping that all the bowlers will come out again. We hope to see everybody. The best thing to do, as I've said, in any situation, a lot of our stuff this year is going to be on social media. And I want to mention that too, because for the first time in 20 some years, we are not mailing out packets. We are not mailing out flyers this year. We are basically going to try to do everything virtual this year by putting Facebook events on our page through the Facebook. And then also any updates to COVID requirements or anything that could affect an event week to week, we're going to be posting it on our Facebook page. So if you're not a friend on our Facebook page, just please make sure you jump on there, ask us to be, to have an invite, and we'll be happy to accept you. I mean, we already have, I believe, almost 2,000 people on our Facebook page. So make sure that you're on there, and we will give you updates week to week as we progress.
Our next guest, I believe, is ready.
One more thing. What
Okay,
time is
perfect.
Wednesday and Thursday?
He's talking right now.
All right, so let me just quick mention a couple quick things.
2:30?
Our first event is coming up next Sunday. Next Sunday, we're going to have what's called the Limerick Championship. Kind of it is our championship tournament for the bowlers from last season. Okay. Now I know we've had a lot of confusion on who is qualified for next weekend. Okay. Let me clarify. We put the lists on the website. I put them on yesterday. Okay. The master profile lists of scratch and handicap bowlers are listed. Okay. If your name is on that list, either one of them, you have bowled at least one event with us this year, and you are qualified to bowl
I'm going to chime something in there.
championship. Okay?
If you bowled a Baker tournament, you are also eligible. You will not be on the master stat sheet, though,
True.
because I do not do averages for the Baker tournaments. Are the final point standings listed?
No. I didn't
Okay.
put those
If
in.
you bowl the Baker tournament or you're unsure, you can check with me. I can definitely check that. But if you are on the master stat sheet, you're good to go. But there are some bowlers that if they bowled just the Baker tournament, you are eligible. You're just not on the master stat sheet because I file those separately when I do averages and stuff. So if you're unsure, you think you bowled a Baker tournament, shoot me a message. We'll figure it out.
And I also want to clarify, just so there's no confusion, we did have some bowlers who asked us if they bowled in the Parker Bohn tournament or the Danny Wiseman tournament that we helped assist running. Those are not eligible for this invitational. This invitational is open to any PJBT event bowlers that we actually ran a PJBT event.
And something
Okay.
else too. Any girls who bowled our girls events, you are eligible also. Those are considered girls events on our schedule. You are also not on the master profile list. If you're unsure if you bowl the girls tournament, I can check with Travis, give you a yes or no answer. But the girls this year, however, our girls events do get the girls event has not, we really haven't started to schedule that yet. You will get included on the master profile list eventually.
Yeah.
My life in my house sucks right now because with having a 2-month-old, and I will do everything I can to make sure you guys are on there, keep everybody up to date. We'll include those averages. Just give me some time, and we'll have a full list for you guys then moving forward.
Yep. So and so once again, that list is on the website. We do have about 38, 39 people already signed up for next Sunday. And just so the parents understand, not to jump back to COVID, but we're going to do, we're going to try to spread the bowlers out as much as possible, but the most, probably going to shoot to not put more than maybe 4 on a pair, just for the purposes of, till we hopefully pass this COVID wave that we're going through. But
One more thing.
yeah, go ahead.
Also, for our tournaments, especially this coming Sunday, prepay. If you can prepay, that is preferred. I know people are a little iffy with, hand-to-hand contact and stuff like that. Matt and I are not really worried about it. We'll have the world's largest bottle of hand sanitizer there for you guys to use. But if you guys can prepay, we don't have a list yet of side pots we're going to have. But side pots we can take care of at the center. But if you guys could prepay your $40 for the tournament next weekend, that would actually help us. That would help you. That's just less things we got to worry about, and life would just be a little easier. And then we also have an idea how many bowlers will be coming.
Absolutely.
Because like Matt said, we're not limiting the amount of bowlers right now, but if something does change at a center, all of a sudden somebody says, "Oh, you can't have more than 70 or 80 bowlers," we know where we're at.
Correct. Correct. And we're really going to try to limit. Like I said, I really personally don't want to put more than 4 to 5 on a pair right now until we get past this COVID wave. So as some of you know, some of the centers we go to are smaller. So, you just need to make sure that the prepaid makes it so much easier for us, and it makes it easier for you. And really in these COVID times, it makes it easier for less contact that we have to have. So,
and I know we've been lenient at times. Like if we have a singles tournament that we have a cap on, maybe we squeeze an extra bowler or 2 in. But with what we're going through right now, if we put a message down that says 80 is the number, 80 is the number. I mean, if you're number 81, you're going to go home. It's the times we're in right now. We're unfortunately not going to be able to make exceptions for these things, but we are certainly trying to make it as wide open
to do our best
as we can. But prepay if you can. Say that 5 times fast. But I can't stress that enough to you guys.
Yep, absolutely. So, like I said, now, and one more thing I wanted to mention about Limerick next weekend, so there's no confusion. This Limerick event is actually considered it is not considered part of the new season, okay? So even though we have passed the August 1st deadline as far as your age, if you were eligible to bowl last season as far as your age, then you are eligible to bowl in the championship, okay? If our actual season will not start until 2 weeks later. We're going to have our opening event on Sunday, August the 30th, and that's going to be at 222 Dutch Lanes. That will be the official start of our 22nd season. For that major singles event, then we will now be opening it up to the new season, where your age will be based on August 1st of this season. And for any of you bowlers out there who asked about bowling in the Invitational, but only bowled the Danny Wiseman tournament or the Parker Bohn tournament last year, you would be eligible to bowl any PJBT event starting on September 30th at 222 Dutch Lanes. Okay, so just make sure that you make a mental note of that. We'll be happy to assist with that. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna give you some quick highlights of the schedule for next season. We do not have everything finalized, but as I said earlier, please stay with us on the website and the Facebook page. We'll be updating the schedule as we can. So the first event I want to mention is Labor Day weekend.
He's on. He wants to come on right now.
Okay, well, I'm bringing him on.
We'll do that later.
I'm bringing him on. Labor Day weekend is typically the Parker Bohn Scholarship Tournament. And we have a special guest here to talk about the changes in his event this year, because the event has, I guess the term would be used, expanded. Mm-hmm. So we have on our Zoom meeting here, Mr. Parker Bohn III.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Parker?
I'm fine. Boy, I'll tell you what, your co-host here looks pretty bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for having a 2-month-old.
I would agree. He's holding up pretty well. I keep asking him when he needs help, and he says, "No, I'm good." So
you should see the rest of my schedule.
A nap is in your near future.
I have to be at work at 9:30 tonight, just so you know. So that's kind of what we're just piling everything right in a bucket and throwing it out.
Perfect.
So Parker,
I know that you guys have a lot of information out there, and obviously you got a lot of bowlers that you're trying to, let me say, keep informed. And, I'm going to say this as a parent. I'm taking my bowler hat off. As a parent, I appreciate what you guys are doing. I appreciate what you're looking into. And more importantly, for everybody else, still holding events and trying to keep things safe and healthy for everybody that's going to participate. So, and now leading to what we have trying to go on, we spend quite a bit of time discussing our event. We added some days in the beginning because we have to be restricted. I don't know about things in Pennsylvania, but for New Jersey, we're limited to 100 people total in the bowling center. And, folks, when I say 100 people total, Carolier Lanes is 82 lanes, Howell Lanes is 32. Both of them have the same limitations for 100 people total. So certain things don't make sense to me, but at the end of the day, we're all trying to do what we can to keep things safe and healthy for everybody. So we did expand things this year, Matt. You are correct. Our first day of qualifying this year, we're going to have our Parker Bohn III Junior Scholarship Tournament, but our first day is going to be Wednesday, September 2nd. We've added some squads early. Wednesday and Thursday will be at 2:30. Our limits are 42 participants in any one squad. The first 42 that show up to bowl or sign up ahead of time rather, and then still show up, those 42 participants are going to be allowed one guest to come into the building, and then we will just have to keep things under control from there. We seem to think that we can make everything work as things progress forward. So Wednesday and Thursday will be at 2:30. Friday will be our doubles tournament. It's our doubles and the eliminator. I know that, you guys know that the kids really enjoy the eliminator part of the tournament.
Yes.
Once again, trying to keep these things under threshold and under the numbers. We're limiting that to 16 teams that will go out there. So there's going to be 32 participants. And with your entry fee, that's a $70 entry fee, by the way. That entry fee of $70 will automatically get you into the eliminator for that squad only. Okay? So you will get everything. Those squads are going to be 9, 12, 3, and 6. Friday is strictly the doubles and the eliminator part of the tournament. And keep in mind, you're going to bowl your 6 games. There's going to be no finals field. It's going to be said and done. After your 6 games, you tabulate your score, and that's going to be it. We'll crown our champion.
Awesome.
Then we're going to look into Saturday. Saturday, we're going to have 3 more squads, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 3 o'clock. We're leaving 3-hour intervals there. That's enough time, hopefully, for the bowlers to get out there and bowl. 42 bowlers again at max, and we are limiting it to 3 bowlers on a pair of lanes. We're going to use 14 pairs. Both end pairs will be off, and everybody will go out there. Nobody's going to be bowling on the tournament shot that week until they sign up, basically, to go out there and participate. So you're not going to, let's say we're not going to have eagle eyes going in on Wednesday or Thursday to see what the kids are doing. If you're bowling in the event, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to go in and watch what's going on. That way, everybody's going to be on the same playing field.
Seems fair.
Yep. And then Sunday, we're going to have a squad at 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock on Sunday, but that is going to be limited to re-entries only. So if you did not bowl Wednesday, Thursday, or Saturday in one of those 5 qualifying squads, you cannot walk in Sunday morning to bowl in the tournament, regardless if the squad is full or not.
Okay.
I'm going to stick to that rule there. So, we have a fair amount of people that are signing up already ahead of time. The squads are $60 Wednesday and Thursday, and Saturday or re-entries on Sunday are going to be $70.
Okay.
Now, the other thing, we're changing our format just however so slightly here. There will still be a U12 and a U15 division, exactly like Junior Gold was supposed to have. And trust me, for all of the bowlers out there, and obviously the parents that were looking forward, let's say, to that week-long vacation, my heart goes out to you because I have a couple of kids, everybody knows that they want to be on the lanes bowling too. So
Sure.
we're still going to have that U12, U15 division. They will bowl their portion of the finals starting at 3 p.m. on Sunday. And those bowlers that bowl will be allowed an additional guest for match play purposes. Okay? Everything there will wrap up Sunday night, and then we will roll into Monday morning starting at 9 o'clock with our U18 division finalists. Now here's the catch, so that you know ahead of time, and the U12 and U15 divisions will still get their 7-pin handicap for the ladies to try to equalize things.
Mm-hmm.
But in the U18 division, which I will get to in a second here, but we are splitting that division this year. We are going to have a boys group and a girls group only. And the main reason for splitting both of those groups is with a big addition to our tournament. For those bowlers that really are bowling enthusiasts at heart, and you heard about the PBA National event that's going on there, the PBA National Junior event.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we don't have one of those here in the Northeast. So in a fair amount of discussions with the PBA has allowed us to be that fifth event to qualify boys and girls to go to the PBA Junior National Championships to be held at a later time. If you're interested in that, it's a $40 entry fee over and above everything else. But the catch is, it has to be your first squad that you bowl.
Right,
If
right.
you notice any PBA tournaments, the one thing the PBA does not allow, folks, is re-entry. And I've been a professional bowler for 35 years. I've never had a PBA squad that I can go out there and re-enter. So to hold standard with that and to stay with that, we are going to make it your first squad only. And with that first squad, I'm going to look at some of your U15, or maybe you've got a U12 bowler out there that's going to go, well, I can't bowl in that because I don't fit that division. For that one squad, you are allowed to upgrade yourself to the U18. You will be put into the girls or the boys division respectively. And then if you come back and bowl any subsequent squads after that, then you will be put back into your proper division.
Yeah, I mean that's a great feature that you were able to add to the event. I mean, it's great to see the PBA getting involved closer with the youth bowlers.
Yeah, it really is. You know, I felt really bad for all of the kids, and I'll start out with my own two boys. My own two boys were in a toss-up. Dad, we want to bowl your tournament, but we want to go bowl one of the PBA events as well. And I totally respect that, but we were able to put things forthright and have a couple of discussions with them. And I'm going to say it bluntly, you know, the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, there's a lot of stipulations going around the horn, and you guys have your stipulations as well there in Pennsylvania. But the really good thing, unless anything changes currently, we will allow bowlers to come in and bowl our event. We have 100 bowlers or 100 people in the building, only 42 competitors, but it will be bowl your squad, get in, and politely as I can say it, we need you to leave because we got to sanitize and clean the center and go on accordingly. Sure,
absolutely. I mean, I think that's unfortunately going to be becoming more of a new normal right now, at least until this passes. But I mean, that's great that you have those opportunities, and I'm assuming in your area you were able to do those squads because the kids are not going back to school yet so early. I know in this area for us, I know that normally our kids go back to school before Labor Day, but they've elected to go back after Labor Day this year due to COVID. So, so that
that's
opened.
what we have. Same thing. They're going to start school actually the Tuesday after Labor Day this year.
Gotcha. Okay. So there you heard it right there from our own Mr. Parker Bohn III. Make sure you sign up on. Give us the website again, Parker, that everybody should go to sign up.
They can go to the Parker Bohn III Junior Scholarship Tournament to go check out things, or ParkerBohn3.com, and they should be able to see everything on there and go check out. And you know, I do want to make sure that everybody knows, because I've been asked this question endless amount of times already. What happens if I sign my son or daughter up for 2 or 3 squads and they bowl good or only bowl one squad? Totally fine. You will be refunded for the squads that you do not participate in.
Okay. Awesome. Well, Parker, we appreciate you taking time out of your always busy schedule to join us here on the live stream. Obviously, you're one of the best ambassadors we have of the sport, and hopefully we can start to bring our youth back to the lanes this fall. So.
Well, you guys run one heck of a tournament series, and, you know, from my heart, and I can't say that enough, that I can't thank you guys enough for looking out for all of the junior bowlers in your area and the interest that they have and wanting to get back out there on the lanes. And as a parent, we all respect the limitations. I mean, we've been living it for the last couple of months, but the fact that our kids can get out there and participate at the end of the day, that's what they all want to do.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you. We appreciate it, and thank you so much for joining us here on our live stream this afternoon.
All right. Well, you're welcome. Gentlemen, have a great day, and please stay safe and healthy.
You too, Parker. Thank you.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Okay, so as you heard there, the Parker Bohn tournament is still on for Labor Day weekend. One thing that I do want to mention to kind of piggyback off of the Labor Day Parker Bohn event is this year there will not be a Danny Wiseman scholarship tournament. Danny made the decision that there would not be an event this year, due to the COVID situation and having to get, I believe the restrictions are a little bit different also right now for Maryland. I'm not really up on what the guidelines for every state, how it is, but I do know that he made the decision. So that is one thing that will not be on the schedule this year, but I'm sure that it will be back again next year, and Josh and I and the crew will be happy to assist him with his event. Just real briefly, throw out a couple of things that we're looking at for our schedule for the coming season. We are looking to have as I mentioned, our first event and first major will be Sunday, August the 30th. That'll be at 222 Dutch Lanes. And we're looking to have our second event of the year, also a major, in Harrisburg on September 13th. Okay. This year we did try to consolidate the schedule a little bit. We're not going to be having as many events as we've had in the past. I believe we're going to be somewhere in the ballpark of 30 to 31 events this year for our schedule. I can tell you tentatively that the first girls only tournament we're looking to do is Saturday, September the 26th. That'll be coming up on the schedule. And just some of the highlights, we look the month of October. It looks like Sunday, October the 25th. We're going to do our combined singles event again with the Junior Bowlers Tour from New Jersey. So our plan is to have something on that Sunday. Going into November, a lot of our events, that the Bowling Center Championship is one I wanted to mention today. We're going to attempt to move that event to the spring just for this year due to COVID. Obviously, some of these bigger events that we like to try to do, the Super Adult Junior, the Bowling Center Championship, the Baker tournaments, all those format events we're going to move to the spring in hope that hopefully by January, February of 2021, I don't want to say we're out of COVID, but we're basically
The restrictions might be a little less.
right. The restrictions are going to be not as stringent as they are now, so we can go back to putting multiple people on a pair.
And that's another thing too. With like the adult juniors, we do have adult juniors on the schedule. Those might be capped. I mean, I know there are some adult juniors where we've had 70 to 80 teams just fill the house. Some of our early adult juniors, if we are able to have them, they will probably be capped. That's just going to be one of those things where prepay.
Yep, absolutely.
Get in once the schedule is released. If you know you want to bowl that tournament, you are more than welcome to go online and put in for it. If you don't see the option to sign up for that particular tournament, put it down in the comment section. This is a tournament I want to bowl.
Right, absolutely. And just to be clarified with what Josh is saying, when Stacy handles our entries, we will go in order by when they are received. They'll be time-stamped. If you notice when you get your receipts for paying, they are time-stamped. So they come into us in exact order by the way they are submitted. So if we get to that point where we have to limit entries for an event, that's how we will determine who can bowl and who can't. Obviously, if it got to that point, we would reach out to the people once we're sold out and so forth. But again, that's where the Facebook page comes into play, because we will continuously post updates, as soon as we have them for you, so that you can follow what's going on and get into any and all of our events. One thing I wanted to mention that Josh threw out there that was very important is, as far as having a Super Adult Junior, we typically would do that in November. We're going to just do probably a regular Adult Junior in November this year, and then we'll move the Super Adult Junior to sometime in the spring. Okay. A couple of events that have been confirmed. We do have the day after Christmas tournament again this year for all of our college bowlers that'll be home. We will have that this year. It falls on a Saturday, so we will have our handicap division and our scratch division afterward for Saturday, December 26th. I've also confirmed we will have a 10 a.m. start for our New Year's Eve Day Classic. That'll be at Strike Zone Alleys in Pottsville, PA. So we will have that event once again this year. As we move into January, it looks like our major event is going to be on Sunday, January the 10th. We're going to confirm the center, but we're looking at Town and Country Lanes for that major in January. We will continue to have our doubles, adult juniors, and we're looking at potentially January 17th, Heaster Lanes to be our bowling center championship. Okay. Now, obviously, that's going to play in with how everything is going, but that's going to be the tentative date that we're shooting for with that on the calendar. We will have our Super Bowl Sunday major on Sunday, February 7th, and that'll be at 222 Dutch. And then it looks like we'll be going to the Wilkes-Barre area. We're shooting to do that also in February for the adult junior. Our 3-person team tournament will be coming up in March at Clearview Lanes. And it looks like the month of March, we're going to have our 3-person team tournament, our major singles event, and then an adult junior event in the month of March. So that is what we're shooting for there. As we go into April, we're talking about, obviously, the first Sunday in April is Easter. So we will have our Easter Classic on Saturday afternoon, April 3rd. We're going to shoot to have the major event April 11th for singles, and then a Baker tournament. Our one and only Baker tournament of the season will be Sunday, April the 18th. Okay. Then the following weekend we will be off because we have. Well, Josh, do you want to tell him or should I?
Nah.
Should I? Okay, I'll just let him be surprised.
We're going to Pizza Hut.
Vincent's.
Oh, we're going to have a
Vincent's.
Yeah.
We're going to a wedding, but it's going to be at Pizza Hut.
I was told I have to show.
Oh,
I didn't know I was getting married.
yeah, dude. Don't tell anybody.
She didn't show up yet.
And so we will be off the last weekend in April, but then the month of May we will have a couple of singles events, and we're planning to hopefully bring back.
It's his wedding.
Oh, yeah. I guess we should tell
You're
him.
supposed to show up too.
Yeah, I know. I really should.
If I was you, though, I wouldn't, but he should.
Sunday, May 16th, we're hoping to bring back our 2 a.m. tournament. This year, we're going to be shooting for Town and Country Lanes to host our 2 a.m. tournament. So we hope to bring that back again this year. Sunday, May 30th next year will be our bracket roll-off survivor tournament. And then our championship weekend at Limerick Bowl will be Friday, June 4th, 5th, and 6th. Okay. One thing I want to mention, we're going to be posting on the website as I update things this week. Brackets, Masters credits, best. All of that stuff from this past season is going to roll over. Okay. So I have a list put together already via Josh for the website. We're going to roll those all over to the new season. So, once again, just to remind people, as far as like brackets are going to be, once you have 6 brackets, bracket wins, you can start using your money towards entry into Masters, entry into Best, and then once you're above that level, then it goes to scholarship. Okay. So even if you already have 30 bracket wins, okay, you'll still want to enter brackets this year because obviously you can win a $15 scholarship for every bracket you win during events, okay? So if you're not sure what credits you have or so forth, again, we'll be updating that stuff on the website. You'll be able to check that out. And the tentative schedule to finish off is the Masters event will be the weekend of June 12th and 13th next year. And then Father's Day weekend will be our best tournament. The best tournament will be Friday the 18th, Saturday the 19th, and Sunday the 20th. Okay, so that is what we're tentatively looking at for the schedule for the 2021 season. Okay, so any thoughts, Josh?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, of course he's hungry. But so like I said, please make sure we're not doing a mailer this year to finish off here. So please make sure that you share our posts, share our comments, and our events that we post on the Facebook page. The big events to start signing up for that we'll have links for is obviously next Sunday is already on the website, and we'll have 222 Dutch Lanes, the link up this week to be able to sign up for Sunday the 30th. Okay, so but that's pretty much all I have. I hope everyone is still happy and healthy with all we've had going on in our world. Hopefully we can get back to some type of normal. I know 5 months has been a long time not in a bowling center. I thought it was weird not being in a bowling center for a month straight, and then it ended up being 5 months almost. So we hope to see everybody back. We're excited to have everybody back, and hopefully we can get back to some competitive bowling on the lanes. So
something else we should throw out there, we had some local PJBT bowlers have some success down at Team Masters this week.
I did see that. We shared that on our Facebook page, yes.
Yeah, Mary Beth Baker, Eliza Shirk, Alex Horton, and Zachary Trimmer taking down the team win this week for Team Pennsylvania.
Absolutely. That was a great feat. I mean, I believe it's one team from every state.
Yeah.
That they were able to win that event for our area. So that's what I mean. We know our youth bowling here is strong in Pennsylvania, and we want to keep that going. So I know everybody is itching to bowl. I always say our first event of the year is usually one of the biggest events because everybody's been off for so long. Well, you've had a longer vacation than we've ever had in PJBT history. So we hope to see a lot of you come out that are eligible next Sunday for the championship at Limerick with a $1,000 top prize. And we look forward to getting back to what we love doing. All right. So final words, Josh.
Nothing. Just looking forward to. It's been nice sitting at home, but I'm starting to get bored.
Well, I'm sure we'll all be happy to get out of the house and not be told that we're supposed to quarantine ourselves at home. So we'll look forward to seeing everybody next Sunday and down the road here as our events get going for the 22nd season of the PJBT. So thanks everybody for joining us this afternoon. Want to thank Colby Bennett and Parker Bohn III for joining us for some live Zoom-in meetings with our broadcast here. And don't forget, next Sunday we will have live streaming finals from Limerick Bowl for the championship. We'll be joining you late afternoon next Sunday.
And we'll probably have the details as far as like format and stuff later on this week. We'll put stuff out once we get with Limerick and finalize details and stuff just to make sure we're free and clear for what we want to do. But it's going to be a different look this year, and hopefully just this year. But as far as formats and stuff, like Matt addressed earlier, you could be bowling a couple games on the same pair of lanes, stuff like that. But we'll make the best of it, and hopefully it's just this year, and we'll just move forward.
Absolutely. So thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we will see you next Sunday. Thank you so much.